All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS. Salutations to you all around the world is teaching the truth and putting your lives on the line for it. Shalom to you, serious Aquaf. My name is Maya Ka'ala, Bon God of Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And speckled birds, scattered abroad, speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated. We are not affiliated with any extreme black identity groups. We are not affiliated with any French militant groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. And right here, man, we have Ancient Watchmen. Here in the video, this guy on the left, I think his name Shamar. Shamar was ranting about the Nordic Kingdom. He was ranting about the Nordic Kingdom that they come together with the Southern Kingdom and raising up the the Most High Yahweh using them to raise up the Tabernacle David, basically putting back the all 12 tribes back together. So he's ranting because some of the Northern Kingdom are coming back into the fold, and they not basically they just ignoring all his false doctrine, And right here you're gonna see a clear example of they do not under how they try to undermine the truth of this doctrine with their false doctrine, Now, in this video, they said the gypsies are the Southern Kingdom. Well, if you do your research in history, you'll find out that you got some so-called Negroes in Louisiana and other states, other southern states of America, that they are descendants of the enslaved gypsies who was kicked out there for due to Inquisition in Spain, Portugal, and elsewhere, man. That's just facts. To look it up. You trying to go, they trying to go that route that the Southern Creole Gypsy. Hey, some of the so-called Negroes here in America, they descendants of the Gypsies that was enslaved here in America and also in the Caribbean islands. So, but anyway, you're gonna see right there how. Just watch how this guy, man. Not him. This guy I'm talking about. I'll just explain what he did earlier. But his right hand man, Vega. You know him at Jose Vega. I call him Vega because that name Jose Holy. All right, but I call him Vega, and watch. Watch how stupid this guy is, man, and watch how I prove him wrong. Watch what he gonna say about the Southern Kingdom. Hold on.
Okay, Christ says. Matter of fact, Daniel says in Daniel's 9:11, Daniel says that the curses of Israel fell upon Israel in the Babylonian times that was written in the law of Moses, right? So the scattering to the four corners already was fulfilled according to Daniel. Okay. Not only that, you have James 1:1, when James says to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. You have James 1:1 talk about the children of Israel being scattered in Christ's time. You have Acts 2, Jews, devout men out of every nation came to the Pentecost. Why? Because Israel was already scattered at that time. You have Christ commanding his disciples in Matthew 28 to preach the gospel to all nations, right? Why? Because Israel was already scattered to all nations. Now here's your chance to redeem yourself, Charles Carter, and you One West flunkies that are on this live feed right now. Show me what Christ prophesied, because not even Judah Nazareth can even answer this. Show me where Christ prophesied that the Southern Kingdom would come back together, go to a certain location, which you guys love to teach us, West freaking Africa, to then be scattered again. What scripture is that?
All right. First of all, Yahushua is the whole book. All right. But anyway, let's go right here. It's something real simple, man. All right. Deuteronomy 28 and I'm gonna start at 15. It says Deuteronomy 25, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to observe to do his commandment and his statute which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, overtake thee. All right, it said, "Cursed shall thou be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field." Go right here, verse 19. "Cursed shall thou be when thou goest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out." All right, so the curse is gonna follow you wherever you go. Whether you go to France, whether you go to the Polynesian Islands, man, the curse is gonna follow you, man. All right. All right, so hold on. All right, here, let's go down here. All right. It says right here, Deuteronomy 28:45. "Moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee." What's pursuing me? Coming after you wherever you go, and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and the statute which he commanded thee. All right, then you go down here. It says, all right. So right here it says, let me go down. All right. It says, where is it? All right. It says right here, what it said, what I wanted it. All right. It says right here. It says right here, Deuteronomy 26:3, "And it shall come to pass that as Yahweh rejoice over you to do good and to multiply you, so Yahweh will rejoice over you to destroy you, to bring you to naught, and you should be plucked off the land where Yahweh thou goes to possess it. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from in the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou no father had known, even wood and stone, the other philosophy, Christianity, Islam, etc. And among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest." All right, so it's slavery. All right, "But Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and failing eyes and sorrow of mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. Thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life." All right. So Yahweh's gonna scatter, man. Whether it be by foot or whether it be by ships, man. All right. Then right here, let me get right here Leviticus. Leviticus 20. So I had a scripture on my man, but I forget. All right. But go Leviticus 26. All right. And I'm about to show you what some of these scriptures play upon in the video, upcoming video. All right. It says let's see. Leviticus 26:17. "I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies, and they that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when none pursueth you." All right. All right. So right here, let me see. It says. "I will scatter you among the heathen, will draw out a sword after you, your land shall be dust, your city wasted." All right, so we flee out of Jerusalem. All right, or rather scriptures, you're gonna constantly be fleeing, man. All right, it says right here, Leviticus 26 and 37, and they shall fall one upon another. No, let me get this right here. And upon them that are left alive you, I will send a faintness into their hearts, into the lands of their enemies, and the sound of shaking leaves shall chase them, and they shall flee as this fleeing a sword, and they shall fall when none pursueth, and they shall fall one upon another before the sword when none pursueth, and ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies, and ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. And they that are left you shall pine away the iniquity of your enemy lands, and also iniquities of their fathers, they pine away with them. All right, so you're gonna be scattered, man. Either you can be scattered by foot, you'll be constantly the Israelites, in this case, the southern kingdom of the Jews. They're gonna be persecuted. They're gonna be constantly fleeing, and then they're gonna be what? They're gonna be shipped for slavery. All right. Now let's go to this video. And watch this. You know what? I'm gonna play it at 9:20. Where is that? Hold on, let me see where I could play it at. You know what? I'm gonna start right here.
Slaves, and of those who left their country, Scripture tells us many died of the fatigues of traveling or the plague. After the Jews fled from Spain to Portugal in 1492, roughly 1 year later in 1493, Portugal expelled its Spanish-born Jews to West Africa. Years later, Portugal then expelled its Portuguese-born Jews to the west coast of Africa. The expulsion of the Jews from Portugal began under King John II. This is when the Red Dragon began to separate the children of Judah from
the Red Dragon's Esau. All right.
Their parents in order to create what's called the Christian slave. As the following reference reads, and it reads, all Jewish children below 14 years of age were torn or taken from their parents' arms, dragged into the church, baptized into Roman Christianity. And it says, those under 3 years of age, or those under 3 years old, were given to Christians to receive a Christian education, or in other words, to be raised as slaves. Those between 3 and 10 years of age were put on board of a ship, conveyed to the newly discovered unwholesome island of St. Thomas, or the west coast of Africa. And it reads, those between 10 and 14 years were sold as slaves.
Sold as slaves. Sold as slaves. What do you think they end up as? What do you think the Southern Kingdom end up as? Sold as slaves. Let's see what they end up as. Let's go into the history. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to my favorite site, which is by Esau himself. You know, because the tongue they like they feel the prophecy, Psalm 64:8. All right. All right. So I'm just gonna show you another example. Where did you? Where do you think they was selling to, man? All right. Watch this. I call another example of let's see, on there. Let's see, on it. Is it on it or Aran? On it. Let's see, Algeria. All right. I'll probably meant this or Aran. Okay. Look at this. Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, and Jews of Iran, Algiers. Alright, this is Algeria. Alright, so I think this is the part right here. And just bear with me, Akim. Let's see. Alright. Let's see, 18. That's not what I wanted. Alright, it's a lock. Alright, let me see. All right, here, this right here. All right, so it says right here, All right. It says very few of the Spanish exiles of 1492 came to Algeria. The only city that attracted them was, how you pronounce this? Somebody in the comment board, if I pronounce this wrong, type in how to pronounce it correctly. All right, Timlepsin, all right. Maybe, what was it, Timkin, all right. But it said, which they reached by the way of Oran. All right, this in Algeria. It has been said, however, that the loss of the Granada, Spain in 1492 by Muslims had grave repercussions for the Jews, all right, this is the Southern Kingdom, in Algeria, in cases such as that of the Muslim preacher al-Magili, all right, Magili. Resentment was expressed in violent tirades against the Jews. The prosperous and powerful communities of Tiknisen, in particular Tuat, all right, that's what they were standing at. Tuat were destroyed some years later as a result of such agitation. Just after these events, the Spanish occupation of Oran from 1509 to 1708 and Bougie 1509 to 55 resulted in Jewish property being pillaged and the Jews themselves sold as slaves. Sold as slaves. Okay, there you go. All right. So these were Jews who were scattered to other land, who were scattered in Africa. All right, just like they brethren I just read. All right, they came from went to Spain to Portugal, and then they went to the islands of Santon, and then later on they got sold. They got the children taken. Then their children got sold into slavery. All right. All right. Where you think they end up? They end up here in the Americas, man. All right. They end up here in the Americas. That is a fact. All right. That is a fact. So I just proven that the Jews, all right, all right, the ones that came out of Babylonian captivity, all right, the ones that was the one that was born at the last couple years of the a thousand, a little bit over Russia was in Revelation chapter 20 when Jake ruled in the Dark Ages. All right, their descendants was going to flee, be persecuted, be in another land. All right, being sold in slavery and being brought over here to the Americas, because they were selling these Jews and the Moors. The Moors were also Israelite Jews. All right, same people, just got different philosophies, and they was brought here to the Americas. All right, so ancient watchmen, all right, Shamar and Vega, man, you just need to shut up, man. You need to shut the hell up. Take your channels off YouTube. Close the Bible and just fade away and wait for the missiles to hit you. So, shalom.